After a week of being hammered over her family foundation, Hillary Clinton was back on offense today, calling BS on Donald Trump's latest efforts to soften his rhetoric and reach out to minority voters. This afternoon in Reno, Nevada, the Democratic nominee devoted her speech to reminding the world of Trump's unseemliest remarks and retweets, dubbing him a hero of the alt-right, a loud and virulent part of the conservative movement fueled by white nationalism.
From the start, Donald Trump has built his campaign on prejudice and paranoia. He is taking hate groups mainstream and helping a radical fringe take over the Republican Party. And let's not forget that Trump first gained political prominence leading the charge for the so-called birthers. He promoted the racist lie that President Obama is not really an American citizen. So the de facto merger between Breitbart and the Trump campaign represents a landmark achievement for this group, a fringe element that has effectively taken over the Republican Party. And this is part of a broader story, the rising tide of hardline right-wing nationalism around the world. So no one should have any illusions about what's really going on here. The names may have changed. Racists now call themselves racialists. White supremacists now call themselves white nationalists. The paranoid fringe now calls itself alt-right. But the hate burns just as bright. This is a moment of reckoning for every Republican dismayed that the party of Lincoln has become the party of Trump.
A few hours before that, the Clinton campaign released this incendiary web video that features a Ku Klux Klan wizard praising the Republican nominee.
The reason a lot of Klan members like Donald Trump is because a lot of what he believes, we believe in. Donald Trump would be best for the job.
For president.
Yeah.
I am a farmer and white nationalist. Support Donald Trump.
Sending out all the illegals, building a wall, and a moratorium on Islamic immigration. That's very appealing to a lot of ordinary white people.
Donald Trump himself was holding a roundtable with minority groups this morning in New York when that video dropped. Later, he responded at a rally in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Hillary Clinton is going to try and accuse this campaign and all of you and the millions of decent Americans who support this campaign, your campaign, of being racists, which we're not. To Hillary Clinton and her donors and advisors, pushing her to spread smears and her lies about decent people, shame on you.
The Trump campaign also put out a statement saying, quote, Hillary Clinton's attempt to delete the single worst week of her political career isn't going to work. Alex, who is winning this fight today?
I gotta give it to Clinton just by virtue of the fact that I thought that was one of the toughest speeches she's given this election cycle. She invoked white supremacy, bigotry, racism, paranoid fever dreams. I mean, look, charges of corruption and cronyism in the Clinton Foundation are tough. But saying that Donald Trump is dangerously outside the mainstream of normalcy, set aside American politics, just the very basic foundations of the democracy, those are very tough charges. In combination with an ad that features someone in Klan garb, that's as tough as you're going to get, I think, in American politics.
It is not something that we have seen in our politics in our lifetimes. Just like the Trump campaign is not something we have seen in politics in our lifetimes. I will say, the Trump campaign I think is wrong. I don't think this is the worst political week of Hillary Clinton's life, for one thing, although it was not a good week for the few days. They have gotten very good at flipping the bit, at getting people to focus on Trump because he gives them so much ammunition. She has done a few of these speeches in the past. The foreign policy speech she gave in California where she went after his temperament. This speech, though, was off the charts in terms of its toughness. And this is the key thing. All the Trump people, supporters, voters, people in the country, they're not racist. They're not all part of the alt-right. But the alt-right is behind Donald Trump. And there are plenty of people who are supporters of Donald Trump who are white nationalists, outright racists, xenophobes. There's a lot. They're out there. There's a lot of evidence to work with. And what she is trying to do is she's trying to say, as she said there, to regular Republicans, traditional Republicans, you don't want to be in bed with these people.
And those are the people both campaigns are trying to speak to this week.
Right.
Normal Republicans who feel like they don't have a place in the Trump campaign. His minority outreach is in large part directed at them. Hillary Clinton's speech today was directed to moderate Republicans.
Right. This is the whole thing about this. This is, again, we've talked about it all week long. Donald Trump trying to talk to largely college-educated white women with his speeches about that are ostensibly to African Americans and Hispanics. That is what that speech is about there too. It's ginned up a ton of coverage today. It will gin up a ton of coverage tomorrow. But the real intended message there is to say, don't let you suburban white women in Philadelphia, don't be fooled by what you're hearing from Donald Trump right now. Remember, not just what Donald Trump has said, but the people who he has surrounded himself with.
She quoted Maya Angelou, when people show you who they are, believe them.